Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com, and I want to apologize. I didn't get a video or even videos off yesterday, and the reason for that is I've had a lot of little personal issues that I needed to deal with here. You know, tax season, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. And then also, I decided then after that today's market session was so dull and the news was just overwhelming for some odd reason for me yesterday that it was just best if I sat back and just let the market do what the market does and let everybody think what they need to think because I just keep on basically saying the same thing over and over. So I decided I needed one day off from these videos, but I'm back and I won't take any more off from you guys. I just want to say thank you for letting me get in a little bit of R&R from the site. As you know, the worst thing that could happen would be for me to burn out and then not want to do stock market work at all anymore. But fortunately, to be honest with you, that'll never, ever, ever happen. I'll be here for at least, let's see, I'm 30 now, so I'm 30, at least 30 years, I'd say at least. I can't see me even going anywhere even after 30 years. As long as there's a stock market, I'm going to be here. So with saying that, let's get going. First off, I want to look at the NASDAQ. Now, I've shown you before what the volume looked like on the bottom attempt in 2002 and 2003. And about all I got to say about that is, does that look like now? If you said yes, you're nuts. If you said no, you are right. So unless you like being nuts and instead you like to make money and be correct, you need to realize that what we have here now is the NASDAQ did not confirm with the fall-through day. So the NASDAQ is not in a confirmed bull market. However, you only need one index, and that index was the New York Stock Exchange whenever it had its higher session on the 12th. Since then, now it's moving up, and that is the right trend. I got nicer stocks out there, and let me go ahead and start. Oh, wait, this one's for free and goes out to everybody on the YouTube, so never mind. I'm not going to do that. In part two, we'll go over all these I got listed. Some have been knocked off the list that I gave you guys during the weekend, but most are still on it, so that's the good news. I now have 6 longs, and that's up from 4 longs on last Monday, the 9th of March, and I'm down to 43 shorts from 53 shorts, so the long has slightly grown while the shorts have declined, so that's good if you're short-term bullish, but if you're long-term bullish, why do I still have 43 shorts? Because the market is telling me that it still wants to go lower. Hence, the New York Stock Exchange not having volume higher on the uptrend than when it was on the downtrend. To see that more clearly, the weekly bar, or it's a 6-day right there, I'm sorry. The weekly bar shows you that the red was bigger than the green. All during 2008 and still in 2009. And on the NASDAQ, I would assume it's going to look like the exact same situation. Of course it is. Look at all the big, tall red bars compared to all the big, tall green bars. It's a rout, bottom line. So the NASDAQ, nice day today. Wonderful job at erasing yesterday's sell-off, closing above yesterday's high intraday of 1445.27, 1462.11. Can't ask for much more. Better. NYSE 4868. Its high 4858. So there, all right, 4858. So they did it again. Let's go look at the S&P 500. Yes, awesome. And then the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Trust me, folks, I like green a lot more than red. For any of you guys that are new subscribers that weren't with me from 2005 to now, to 2005 to 2007 on the website, Investor Paradise, and in here, or from my blog from 2005 to now, 2004 to now. And then if you didn't, Mark Fryer was the only guy following me in 2003, so never mind that. So bottom line is, if you've been with me at least that long or know me from 1999, you know that I know how to use these charts to make good money and make a living. Or else, how could I be doing this for you guys for a living? Do you guys honestly think that I could still run my chat room and website with the money that I make just off the site? Of course not. It's impossible. However, to become wealthy, I need the market to make gains. Losses are great, but the most I'm ever going to get is a 99.99% return. I'm never going to get a 2,500 or 1,000% return or even a 200% return stock by being short. It's just not going to happen. It's just the law of physics. Nothing can drop below zero in the stock market. It's impossible. You're never going to see anything. The stock exchange is never going to give you back 1 cent, so it's never going to be negative 0.01 cent. So just something to keep in mind why I picked the long side over the short side. Now let's go ahead and look at oil, get off the indexes. Oh, first let me go ahead and tell you what they are about trends. Short-term trend on the New York Stock Exchange is up. Sub-intermediate term trend, even if I use the December lows, like right here, and go sideways, it's still down. So the best I can say is that if this is going to be the sub-intermediate term trend, it's down still. So only the short-term trend is up. Until the short-term trend is up, the sub-intermediate term trend is up, the intermediate term trend is up, and the stock market, obviously, when that happens, will be above the 50 and 200-day moving average with leading stocks leading the way. Then and only then is it going to be safe to actually go long and then go on a vacation without finding out if I bought or sold any more stocks. A lot of you guys ask, like a lot of people, I get emails, and even people out here on Maui that know me and have found out about me, they're always asking me, what should I buy? What should I buy? They should be saying, what should I buy? And then where should I sell it? Nobody ever says that, though. They always say, what should I buy? Nobody ever asks me, what should I short? They always say, what should I buy? But they never ask where they should take profits or where they should cut their loss. So it's still dangerous, and I still believe that speculation is still out there, and people are just silly. They think that the market's made a bottom here. And if you study those 2002 and 2003 lows that I showed you on Thursday and Friday during the weekend, you know that we have higher volume on the rallies after lower volume sell-offs if we want to have a real bottom. So what we have setting up here just can't be a real bottom. It can be a short-term bottom. Heck, I'm long this stock. Heck, I might as well show you another stock I'm long. I hope subscribers aren't going to get mad at me. But look at that chart. Look at that chart with all that green bop there. Almost max green bop. And then look at this chart with all the max green bop and green bop on it. Look at that. AIPC is gorgeous. And then the other stock I just showed you, look at how that looks. Now let's go to another long I'm long, but I'm long by default because it hasn't hit a cut loss area. So, but let's go look at what that looked like right after I went long, right? The huge buy. So here's the huge buy right there. Does this chart right here that you are looking at right now on ANCI, along with AIPC here and STAR on this chart, look anything like the rest of the market? No, these are like the three standouts. Like that, well, ANCI's passed, but these two, AIPC and STAR, are like the standouts. There's other great stocks setting up there, especially one that ends with the letter X. That if it can just set up and break out, would be or bounce off a key moving average, would be perfect. So bottom line is, we've got nicer looking charts. However, is this long that I have? Does it have max green bop? Does AIPC have max green bop right now? That hints to me that we're not all clear yet. Or else AIPC would be moving up on max green bop. And ANCI would be turning around and back on max green bop and would look like this now, right now. Or maybe STAR or AIPC would. But it doesn't look like that right now. And now going back to the current one, STAR, as you can see, it's just the bop. It might even go yellow bop. If it goes yellow bop on me, I got to get rid of it, because the whole key to make big money at the bottom of bull, is the stock will continue to go higher and it'll have max green bop the entire way. I think the only most recent one that I can show you that worked for us was PDO, and I just want to show you what the chart's going to look like whenever it is ready to go. I mean, obviously, you can see during the uptrend how much max green bop it was, but before this breakout, you can see that, you know, it wasn't perfect, of course. DGLY was probably the better one to show you right here. Here we go. It was our long position. But look what it had before it. Max green bop onto it. And then after we went long and was moving higher, it kept max green bop. But sadly, that was it for DGLY right there. And now using the shift key, you can see it now slowly top out. And finally, we were already out now, you know. But bottom line is, I know what to look for to make huge money in the stock market when the time is right. When the time isn't right, I'm not going to be all cute like Kramer and tell you, do this, do that, buy, sell, flip, flop, this and that. No, I'm going to tell you guys, cash is king, retirement accounts, gold for the future. Gold for your retirement is an insurance policy against a fire to your house. Your house burns down, you don't have anything. The stock market burns down, you won't have anything. But one thing after it burns down will still be there, and that'll be gold. That's why my gold bullish stance is not like my stance on AIPC right now, or STAR, or me still being long ANCI after the beautiful it made while it was XCI. No, my stance right now is that charts aren't that nice, but they're starting to look better, and until they look much nicer, there's no way I can tell you and recommend anything. Right now, gold is king. Now, let's look at the commodities really quick. I'm going to look at oil. Oil, it's going to have major resistance to the 200-day moving average, so watch it around the 200. If it can bust out above the 200-day moving average, sky's the limit for oil as far as I'm concerned, because we're not the nation that's important anymore, people. It's not about America at all anymore. It's a little bit more about another country like China. And let's look at their stock market and how it's looking compared to ours. That bottom from the November low looks a lot better than this, don't it? Which index would you rather belong? The New York Stock Exchange from the November lows, or this chart? So from the November lows to now, you know, China's up 26%, And from the November lows, and not using that date that we use for China, the New York Stock Exchange is up 4%. So who is the new leader, my friend? It is China, duh. So keep an eye on China stocks and the hot stocks. When they sit up, great, blah, blah, blah. Now let's look at platinum. Platinum still holding the 50-day moving average. You still see those bullish tails in the price action. Let me increase my chart size. Let's look at silver. What do you see there at the 50? A bullish tail. Gold. What do you see there at the 50? A bullish tail. So I'm going to go and wrap it up there. I just want you to remember, until we get a lot more of this, it's not going to be time to go long. We're going to have a while to go. So it's looking better out there, but folks, don't think that we've got a real for sure bottom. Aloha.